Have you ever really thought about how a Windows app gets made? You know, how it goes from just an idea to something you actually click on your desktop? Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and break down that entire journey, step by step.
Okay, so let's just get this out of the way right up front. I mean, in a world where everything is on the web or on our phones, you have to ask, do desktop apps even matter anymore? Are they obsolete?
You bet they do. The answer is a definite yes. For anything that needs some real muscle, I'm talking serious processing power like video editing, or something that has to be rock-solid stable and, crucially, work when you're not online, the desktop app is still king, no question.
So, here's the game plan for this explainer. We'll kick things off with the why, then we'll walk through the essential stages, planning out your project, designing the whole experience, actually building the thing, and finally picking the right tools for the job.
You know, every great project, doesn't matter if it's a skyscraper or an app, it all starts with a solid blueprint. This planning phase is absolutely critical. Getting this right is what sets your app up for success down the road.
This whole planning thing really boils down to 4 key steps. First, you've got to define what your app is actually going to do. Then, you figure out who you're building it for. After that, you got to see what the competition is up to, and finally, you decide how you're even going to measure if it's a success or not.
Okay, so once you have the big picture, it's time to zoom in, weigh in on the technical nitty-gritty. This document right here is the true foundation. It's what's going to dictate your timeline, your budget, and the kind of team you need. It covers everything from the programming languages you'll use to how you'll eventually get the app into your users' hands.
All right, let's talk about a part of the process that, honestly, so many people get wrong: design. Here's the thing you have to remember. A whole lot of design work happens before a single line of code ever gets written.
So first up is something called user experience, or UX. Now, this is not about pretty colors or cool fonts. Not yet. UX is all about the underlying logic, the flow. It's the science of making an app feel totally intuitive, so that anyone can just pick it up and get it without needing a manual.
So once that UX skeleton is in place, that's when the user interface, or UI designers, come in to put the skin on the bones. UI is all about the visuals. We're talking the buttons, the graphics, the layout, everything that makes the app look polished and really feel like it's part of a brand.
So here's the absolute best way to think about it. Imagine you're building a house. The UX, that's your architectural blueprint. It defines the layout, how you move from room to room, the whole structure. The UI, that's the interior design. It's the paint colors, the furniture, the light fixtures, all the stuff that makes the house look amazing and feel like a home.
All right, we've got our plan, we've got our beautiful design. Now it's finally time to start the construction. This is the part where the developers take all those blueprints and mockups and turn them into a real working application.
The build process is really just this cycle that repeats over and over. First, you're writing the code that actually makes the app's features work. Second, you are testing the heck out of that code to find and squash all the bugs. And third, you're figuring out how you're going to get this finished product out to the people who are going to use it.
So, you've built your app, you fixed the bugs, now what? You got to get it out there, right? You've got a few main options. You can go the classic route and create a downloadable installer for your website, or you can publish it to an online marketplace. The official Microsoft Store is a fantastic choice, especially for those modern apps built on the Universal Windows platform.
Okay, let's talk tools. Because picking a development framework, well, it's probably one of the biggest technical decisions you'll make. It's kind of like deciding if your house is going to be built from brick or wood or steel. It pretty much defines everything that comes next.
Now, there are a ton of options out there for sure, but we're going to narrow it down and focus on 7 of the most popular, most powerful frameworks that developers are using today to build Windows applications.
This table here is actually a really great way to see the whole landscape at a glance. Just look at that release column. We're talking tools from 2002 all the way to 2022. And check out the app type column. This is super important. Native apps are built specifically for Windows, while cross-platform tools let you write code that can also run on other systems, like macOS. All right, let's start with a real powerhouse, Windows Presentation Foundation, or WPF. This thing is what you use when you need to create something seriously impressive, graphically speaking. Think about complex dashboards for businesses or media editing software. It's a go-to for powerful apps, especially if you need to support older versions of Windows.
Now, if you're building for the modern Windows world, you'll probably look at the Universal Windows Platform, or UWP.
This is Microsoft's framework for the whole Windows 10 and 11 ecosystem. Its real selling point is that it's adaptive. You can build one app and it'll automatically change its layout to work perfectly on any device, from a huge monitor to a tablet or even an Xbox.
And then there's the old reliable Windows Forms, or WinForms. I mean, this has been a go-to for over 2 decades, and for good reason. It is incredibly fast for building those traditional, bread-and-butter business apps. You know, data entry forms, internal company tools. Its famous drag-and-drop interface makes building stuff super quick.
Now, this one is a total game changer, especially for teams that come from a web or mobile background. React Native for Windows basically says, hey, all that JavaScript skill you have, you can use it here. It lets them take their existing skills and often their existing code to build a native-feeling Windows app without having to start all over.
When you hear Qt, you should think 2 things: speed and reach. It's a cross-platform beast. The promise is simple. Write your code one time in C++, and then you can deploy it just about everywhere: Windows, Mac, Linux, and even on mobile phones.
Electron is another really cool one that empowers web developers. The idea is simple. It lets you wrap up a web app, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, inside a native desktop package. You've almost certainly used an Electron app before. Think Slack, Discord, Visual Studio Code, yep, all Electron.
And that brings us to the newest kid on the block from Microsoft, .NET MAUI. You can think of this as the next generation of their cross-platform tools. It's for developers who love the C# language and want to build one app that runs beautifully on Windows, macOS, iOS, and Android, all from a single code base.
And that's the whole journey, right there. From that first spark of an idea all the way to a finished product on someone's desktop. We've gone through the blueprint, the design, the build, and the tools. The path is laid out, the toolbox is full, so really, there's just one question left for you. What are you going to build?